Hello? Hi, hello, chat. Version, version 26.1 for Minecraft. Version 26.1 Tiny Takeover. How do I go in F5 again? Oh, right. The F5 button. Who would have guessed? Sorry, I thought I changed it to like, I thought I changed my change perspective button to something else. I probably should. Anyways, this is the Tiny Takeover update. As I predicted last time when I went over the last update, as I predicted, this is the worst drop. That doesn't mean it's a bad drop. That just means it's the worst one that they've had so far. That's actually in the drop system. I'm not counting the bundle drop, but I think the bundle drop was better than this one. There was one with like they changed up pots or something and they added like a new bat texture. So if that actually counts as a drop, then that would be worse than this. But if we're not counting that, then this is the worst drop because it just basically updates the baby mobs to look different. Uh, so, anyways, uh, starting with the armadillo. This is the baby armadillo. This is the baby axolotl. They're trying to hide from us. This is the baby bee. This is the baby camel. This is the baby kitten, and they have a new cat sound variant called the royal cat, and there's new sounds for the baby cat. There's also, this is the baby chicken. Bro's just a little cube. There's new chicken sounds. There's a new chicken sound variant called picky, and the baby chicken has different sounds. This is the baby cow. There's a new cow variant, the moody cow. This is the baby dolphin. This is the baby donkey. This is the baby fox. This is the baby tadpole. This is the tadpole, which is the baby frog. This is the gasling. I'm pretty sure it looks the same. I think it already had a unique texture, so I don't really think there's anything different here. This is the baby glow squid. This is the baby goat. This is the baby horse. They actually changed the black dot texture, as you can see. This is like a different texture. And they also added new sounds for the baby horse. This is the baby llama. This is the baby mushroom. This is the baby mule. This is the baby nautilus. This is the baby ocelot. This is the baby panda. As you can see, they're rolling around. This is the baby pig. There's new sound variants for the pig, the mini and the big. And there is new eating sound. Hold on. Let me get some carrots to see what the new eating sound is. Never mind, I can't feed him. Hold on, let me spawn in like a normal pig. Uh. Okay, so that's the new eating sound, I guess. And then there's new sounds for the baby pig. As you can hear, he's sounds like a little baby pig. This is the baby polar bear. This is the adult rabbit. They actually changed the rabbit texture for the normal one as well. And then this is the baby rabbit. So yeah, as you see, they look different. They hop around pretty cool, but I don't want to let them out of their cage, so you could just see them like this now. This is the baby sheep. I guess, what are they called? They're called, do they have a special name when they're babies? I don't really know. This is the baby sniffer, aka the snifflet. This is the baby squid. This is the baby strider. I didn't give him lava, so he's kind of cold right now. Also, I heard there's like a new parity change, so that on both versions, Java and Bedrock, the striders will be the baby striders that ride the adult striders will be like the same temperature. So if if the bottom one is warm, then all the ones above it are gonna look warm. Okay, this is the baby trader llama. This is the baby turtle. This is the baby wolf, aka the puppy. And they have new sounds for the puppy. This is the baby drown. I had to name these ones so they wouldn't despawn. This is the baby drown though, aka the gurgle. This, hold on. This is the baby hoglin. I have to spawn them in on my own for these ones because they will turn into the zoglin if I leave them out like that. This is the baby husk. Okay, I have to spawn in this one as well because they'll turn into a zombified one. This is the baby, whatchamacallit, this is the baby piglin. This is the baby skeleton horse. This is the baby zoglin, as we saw earlier. This is the baby zombie. At first, they were going to make them taller than half a block, which was going to nerf them. But nah, they're, I think their hitbox is a little bigger, but they're not too tall anymore, you know? So they're a little easier to hit, I think, now. But they'll still fit under one block gaps like they would before. This is the baby zombie horse. I think that the baby skeleton horse and zombie horse won't actually spawn in. So they're creative exclusives. They won't like actually spawn in survival. This is the baby zombie villager. This is the baby zombified piglin. And then this is not a baby villager because these guys actually grow up. Oh right, I could have just, okay, whatever. This is baby villager basically. And you may be wondering how I let all these other mobs stay as babies and not grow up into adults. Hold on, let me just kill these guys. You may be wondering how all these other guys are babies still, you know? And it's not the time freeze command, even though the sun is frozen. The time is still going, right? So you'd expect these guys to grow up by now. But nope, they're still babies. The only one here that actually grows up still are the villager. You can't stop the villager from growing. They just kind of grow up. That's why he was like that. But that's because they added this new flower, the golden dandelion, which you just kind of craft with one dandelion surrounded by a bunch of gold nuggets to craft it. So it's not that hard to get. You just kind of craft a dandelion with some gold. And if you use it on one of these mobs, then it'll stop it from growing. Look, if you use it again, these particles go up to show that it's going to start aging again, but then you use it and the particles go down to show that it stops from aging. So you can freeze their aging process basically. So you can have these babies forever, which means that yes, it's like they updated all these baby mobs and it seems like, oh, nobody's ever going to use this because it's just baby mobs. They don't even last that long. They'll grow up in a few minutes and then you'll never see them again. And you know, but now that they added this, you can freeze the mob aging so you can have babies forever. So these new baby mob textures are actually gonna be, you know, like you're gonna see them. You know, you're gonna see them because you can have these guys as pets and you can freeze their aging process. You know, so that's nice. People were, you know, saying a lot of things. They were saying they should have used like a different item for it instead of making this new item. And I honestly agree with that. They should have used the item they already have instead of just adding a new item that you craft with a dandelion and some gold. Feels pretty lazy, honestly. Obviously, it shouldn't be hard to get the item, you know? Just some gold and a dandelion is good because it's easy to craft, but, you know, I think it should be accessible in the early game, but I don't think that it should be something that is like a totally new item. I think they could have used like an older item. Anyways, moving on, they added new trumpet sounds for each copper aging variant, and they kind of sound like farts. I've heard people say that they sound like farts, which is an interesting comparison. But honestly, I've heard this is something they should have added back in the Copper Age drop, but I guess they just had the idea now. Maybe their brains work a little slow. Maybe their brains are working overtime or something. I don't know. But they added these new trumpet sounds for the copper thing, and they're kind of loud actually. I don't know why. I don't know why they're that loud. I don't know why I haven't my note blocks sound so loud. But anyways, they added these, so you can make some new note blocks with them. That's nice. Anyways, they also made the name tag craftable and removed it from a bunch of loot tables and villager trades and stuff. So you can no longer get name tags from a lot of structures. It's not loot that you can get from them, but you can craft it now with just any nugget variant and a piece of paper. So it's pretty easy. All you have to do is get like a I don't know, like a copper nugget, an iron nugget, something, and put it on a piece of paper. So it's really easy to get in the early game. So it's nice that they made this more accessible. If they make stuff like Nautilus armor and horse armor craftable, that would be bad. But them making saddles and name tags craftable has been actually good changes, because these are items that should be accessible early game, right? So you can use these mobs, So yeah, it's good. And they replaced the villager trade with red and yellow candles, which I guess was supposed to be a little hint for the next drop, which I'll into in a second. The stone cutter, they actually made it so that you can turn stone and deep slate. Hold on, I need to get stone and deep slate. They made it so you can turn stone into cobblestone and deep slate into cobbled deep slate variants in the stone cutter, which is huge. That's awesome. Makes the stone cutter more useful, so you don't have to like actually break the thing to make it cobbled or anything to get it. Now you can just turn stone directly into those variants, which is nice. Anyways, getting back to these candles, the next drop they're going to do is like this sulfur cave thing, which has sulfur and whatever the other one was called. I don't remember what the other block was called, but they're adding these two new block variants that are going to be found in this new cave biome. It's new slime, and it's the biggest drop yet, right? This was the calm before the storm. All these new baby mob thingies, whatever, is boring, right? This is the worst drop, even though it's still pretty cool, right? It's the worst drop. But this next drop is about to be the best drop yet. Yes, better than the Pale Garden drop with the new forest biome and the new wood type and the new creaking mob. Yes, better than the Mounts of Mayhem drop, which added a bunch of new mobs and a new weapon type. Yes, better than the Copper Age drop, which added a whole new copper tool set and armor set, copper golem, and copper decoration box and stuff. Better than all those, because it has a whole new cave biome, and yes, they've been kind of lacking with the cave biomes. Since the cave update, they did overhaul all the generation and add some new cave biomes, and it was really cool, right? It was really cool. But now they're adding another new one, and it just feels awesome, right? It feels awesome. So yeah, that's exciting that they're adding a new cave biome. They're also adding a ton of new building blocks, and it's been a really long time since they actually added a whole new, like, full block. As people are saying, it's been a while since they've added like a block, because they added the shelves and stuff, which I guess people don't consider those blocks for some reason, even though they're really good building blocks. Like one of the best building blocks they've added in a while, and it's just, I don't know why people are just kind of ignoring that. But I guess they're adding new full blocks like this. They're adding new full blocks again with the new sulfur cave thingy, and they're adding a new slime mob, which is used for like mini games and stuff, which is cool. But I wish they could do more with the. I just fell off. I wish they would do more with the new mob, because they've been the mob they're adding is like this new slime variant that changes properties when you put a different block inside of it. But people were saying they should do more with that, which I think they should. I think they should do more with. Yeah, sorry about that. People are saying that they should do more with the new mob and the properties and stuff changing. And I agree. I think that they could do more. Maybe if you put a I saw people saying if you put a TNT in it, it should like explode when it takes damage, which is a cool idea. Um, but um, and and maybe it could drop like a new sulfur dust or something that you can use for like armor trims, or taking, I don't know, like taking the dye off of things, or used to craft explosives or something. I don't know. I think there's a lot they could do with this new update. Obviously, it's not, you know, obviously it's not like they just announced it. All the features aren't in there, obviously, so they're probably gonna do a lot more. You know, like after like the first snapshot, they're gonna add like all the cool new features that they showed in Minecraft Live, and then a few weeks later, right, a few snapshots later, they're probably gonna add like new features, right? Like sulfur dust, or the new properties with the sulfur slime do different things. I don't know. They're probably gonna do more with that, and that's cool. That's pretty cool. I'm excited for this. This is about to be the best drop ever, which is, yeah, I'm just really excited for this. So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye.